putting in my rock headphones. Okay. Hey, Robbie. Hey, everyone. Hey, Gianni Store. Hey, Neo. Hey, sis.
Hey, oh. Hey, friends. What's good? What is up? Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, oh.
Hey.
Good stuff, Juices. Johnny. Hey, Johnny.
TikTok, a major fail.
Yeah, TikTok was a huge, oh my gosh.
But my girl, the model, she pulled it off.
I tried.
Hey, Mo.
Sorry.
We're
Hey,
going to see you
Mo.
later.
Thank you guys for joining. Shout out to Good Stuff Juices, the best organic pressed juice. I used to work with him. I love him. Who else joined? Wait. Gio. Hey, Gio. What's up, friends?
Oh,
Today's going to be fun. We're going to have two guests join us.
Yes.
Those.
All right. Greetings, everyone. Hey, Jose. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Truth, Lies, Shenanigans Unscripted. The Friday day night TLS web series where we have organic conversation. I will confess, I'm confessing, we are often off topic.
Yes.
But we're always unscripted. I am Olivia E, and I have transitioned back to heaven, girl.
Ooh, you're back in paradise.
Yes. Nice. So I went from Saturn to heaven.
I see the halo around you. Okay. And I am Gianni from Jupiter, as always. And if you're new to TLS's Unscripted, we go live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're gonna be trying this thing. Where we are going live on TikTok at 6 p.m. But for now, IG live 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So if y'all know what time it is, let's get unscripted.
We need a theme song. I always tell you guys that.
We need our lawnmower.
I know. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
It's time for some Gianni Astrology really quick. From what I know, the stars are telling me, no, I'm kidding. From what I know, on April 27th, there is going to be a full moon in Scorpio. So the moon is debilitated in Scorpio. That means the moon feels stuck. It feels without power in the sign of Scorpio. Unfortunately, I happen to have a natal moon in Scorpio. So what this means is that there's a lot of transformation taking place, especially with a full moon. That means something might cut off. Not like your lights, like pay your bills. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like a relationship could cut off, or maybe something in your house. It depends on which house it lands in. So if it's your fifth house, your creativity, you might be putting an end to a certain creative project that you were doing. Or if it's the ninth house, you might be ending some type of school or some type of learning. So full moon in Scorpio, be prepared for that on the 27th. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. We always got to start it off with some good energy, some good vibes. Hey, Mello. All right, so let's do recap of TLS live show. Just what their hot topics were. Their hot topics were Brazilian COVID deaths, the Dante Wright killing, another one in Minneapolis, the Army lieutenant whom was held by gunpoint with police and pepper sprayed, and his dog.
Yeah.
The tribute to DMX, Kim and Kanye's custody battle, and the Kid Cudi SNL performance.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
by the way, we have Charcoal. He's joining us in his pink. Yeah.
Yay! Charcoal's wearing pink, guys.
Yeah. So
Shout out. Shout out to his performance, his performative art right now. Hey Liz, thank you guys for joining. Thanks everybody for joining.
So Gianni, take us into our master subject. Should we do our disclaimer first or after the main subject topic?
Let's do the disclaimer now. Okay. So the disclaimer is on the discussion, our main subject, our main topic. We just want to say that this is our opinions, of course. This is something that we have researched and we feel that we can stand on. So we're by no means experts in the field of any of this, but we are giving our opinion. So that's the disclaimer. Do you have anything to say, or is that good enough?
We just two individuals, about to be 4 individuals, just speaking from our heart. It's not factual based, it's opinion based, and it's just us. We may say things that might not be politically correct, or we might miss a Q or R or plus or T or J, but don't take it any offense because we're just us. That's it.
Period. So the main subject we're going to be talking about, we're proposing the question, do you think Western society influences people to be gay? That is going to be the main question, and we have some follow-up questions. Okay, so we're going to have an audience guest join us. Mr. Mo is going to join us soon. I said Mr. Mo. Mo joining us soon, and our very own co-host from TLS Live Show, Robbie Rock, is going to be joining us at this moment to answer these questions.
I'm joining them in now.
Okay, cool. Let's get into the meat of the discussion. And the reason why we chose Kid Cudi's SNL performance to base this question, obviously him performing in a dress doesn't mean he's gay. We're not saying that. But it opened the door to more questions. Like, it opened the door to more things to talk about. Gio said charcoal, shaking my head.
I know. I mean, he got a haircut, so it's a spa day. I thought it was appropriate.
I thought it is appropriate. Cute.
All right, I'm trying to log in our guests.
Okay, cool. Because we have some burning questions, and we have 2 guys hopefully joining us in a second. We would love.
Okay.
Rob said.
Invite. No. Okay. Invite.
Be clean. Right? Fresh. Kid Cudi.
Let's see. I sent invites, so we'll see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Thank you, Indio, for joining us. I'm going to greet everybody like I'm a hostess. So yeah, we're going to get kind of into the meat of it. I feel like we don't want to have people waiting, but we still are waiting for them to join. Okay?
Should I try again?
Yeah. He said, send it again.
Okay.
Send it again.
Sending it again. I could try one at a time. Let me try Rob B first.
Yeah, try one at a time.
It says Rob B unable to join.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Let's try Maurice by himself.
Rob said, me too, please. I don't know. Maybe Rob, go off of Instagram and come back in, maybe. Well, he's a tech guy. He knows what to do. Preaching to the choir.
So let's let's begin, and then we could try again. If they, it says waiting for Mo to join, and then it says Rob.
Oh, it said it took him. He clicked on the link and it took him off the live. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me try.
Weird.
Let me try Rob again.
Sorry, guys. Thank you for hanging in there with us for the technical annoyances.
I mean, did everyone see the Kid Cudi though? While I'm trying to, because I actually just watched it today. And what did you think about his dress? The choice.
Do I like his dress?
Yeah.
I'm not against the dress, of course, but I think that I feel like if you're gonna wear a dress, I don't really like that dress. Maybe it's the cut. I don't know. It's giving me auntie. It's giving me auntie. Like if you're gonna wear a dress, wear a fucking dress. You feel me? Like as a guy, I would wear a dress with fire on it. Like I don't know. It might be even like a halter dress. Like
come and slay. Like
yeah.
The dress, I didn't like it. I thought it was too small, or like it didn't fit him right. And then I would never wear that dress. So
Indio said, do you even understand of wearing a dress? Do you even understand of wearing?
Yes.
He said, do you even?
It was in solidarity, right?
No.
Yeah, we understand why he was wearing the dress.
Okay.
We understand why he was wearing the dress. We're just saying, on the dress specifically, like, did we like that specific dress?
Jose said the dress was delicious.
That dress is delicious. Yeah, she said that. And I think everybody when we talked about it on TLS Live Show, they kind of liked the dress. I like the dress.
Should I join Rob on your live because we know it works?
Hello, I'm trying.
Ooh,
yay!
I hear somebody.
All right. So it says send a request to be in live video, and it's requested. Someone needs to let me in.
Oh. What?
And I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I've never done Insta. So Johnny, I'm in the weeds here.
Oh my gosh, Rob, I'm so mad because it's like it's loading and it's not showing you at all. So I didn't know who you were for a second.
Can I try with Jose's if it doesn't work, Rob?
Oh heck yes.
Okay, let me try that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, try with Jose. Sorry, Rob. I'm like, wait, is that Rob or who is this?
Ooh.
It says it was Indio said the dress was small. Yeah, it was just ill-fitting. You're right, Indio. But not taking away from why he wore the dress.
Yes.
We understand.
Surface subject, just until we get our people on.
Yeah.
So let's try Jose.
Oh, I thought you were frozen yourself.
Oh, by the way, I love your hair. We got curly girls. We're curly girls today, y'all.
Yeah, we're matching. We're twinning. I love your baby hairs every week. They're so fire. Like, how do you even do that?
I just let them. I just let them go anywhere they want.
That's so pretty.
I don't force them.
I don't force them. Like every other person. No, it's very pretty. Those are real baby hairs. Like they're really just.
But hairline is definitely hereditary because my mom's her hairline go all the way back like mine too.
Lucky.
Oh, Neo says he didn't like the dress. Neo, don't use that U word. That U word that's not a good word.
I didn't like the dress. Thought it was but it was a shout out to Kurt Cobain in his dress. Jose says she's trying to join. Okay. Cool.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we'll be able to get anyone today. Maybe it'll just be us.
Okay. Wow, guys. It's okay. So I get it, right? Okay. It said the original request expired. It kicked me out. That's weird. It keeps kicking people out. It's like sending them, but it's not letting them actually do it. What you want to do?
Are you friends with Jose? You are
Yeah.
silly, girl. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
I'm friends with him.
try to friend Jose, and then I'll try to.
It won't let me send anything. I would have been done it.
Let me try to link Neo and see if he can link in. No.
Neo's a magician.
No.
I'm telling you.
No.
Neo, you're the Wizard of
No.
Oz.
We don't want
I didn't do
you.
anything.
We don't want you today.
How?
They just. I'm sorry, I got a little background noise. Hold on, let me turn that off. Hold on.
For everyone watching, that's my brother. I can save that to my brother, okay?
How does it always allow Neo to join? Like, whenever it's a technical difficulty, Neo's always, like, on it. It's so funny.
I don't want him. I want someone else.
I think they need to send you a request. Try to get Jose and to send you a request.
Jose, Rob, send me a request.
How does this fly?
All right, let's do it. Let's go. People been waiting. You know what the question is? Let's redo the question. Let's get started.
Okay.
I'll stick around for a bit. Go ahead.
Okay, so the question is, do you think Western society influences people to be gay? And the reason that we piggybacked off of Kid Cudi's SNL discussion is because I was going to say that men's sexuality are often questioned when they do feminine things, or like, for example, even though that was performative art, it was an example of like femininity. He had a dress on, like, and you get what I'm trying to say? So why is it that people are like men are like scrutinized a little bit to be feminine, or why are they considered gay when they're being feminine or showing feminine behavior?
That's an interesting one because me personally, I'm like I'm pretty confident in my masculinity. I have no problem wearing a dress, wearing pink. I love wearing pink, pink clothes. I know I enjoy women, but I have no problem wearing women things. I used to growing up. I used to make dolls. I used to sew.
Yeah, he used to sew. He used to sew.
Yep.
Wow.
Things that are considered feminine things to do, but that didn't mean that I grew up to be feminine or gay or anything else. I just became who I am. So, I think everyone has a right to what they do. I mean, everybody, if somebody wants to wear a dress, wear a dress. What difference does it make?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Doesn't make any difference to anyone else, or it shouldn't.
Do you understand why some people would be offended if a man wore a dress, or why some people would be offended if men did feminine things, and maybe they were raised to be more masculine, maybe they were raised to, this is what a man is. So when a man does the opposite of that or does his own thing, even though he's not gay, do you see why maybe? This is for both of you.
I see why, but the problem is not the individual. The problem is the person who's judging the individual. The problem is not me. If I wear a dress and someone decides to get offended by that, the problem is not me. The problem is the person who got offended.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because, I didn't do anything to them. I didn't physically attack them. I didn't physically do anything to them. Just because they don't like what I'm doing or what I'm wearing, it has no effect on them other than the fact that they have some mental or psychological blocks in their mind.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. I mean, they're caught up in stereotypes. They're caught up in things that bother them. But what difference does it make to them whether or not I'm wearing anything, not wearing anything, or anything like that? That's their own issue, not mine.
Yeah, I agree.
So do you think that, or you and Gianni, do you think that, because so we're talking about homosexuality, right? And what I've been, outside of even what I even think, a lot of things that I was reading up on is like environment, and it's not homosexuality. It's even that I like, even everything about me is pretty much based on what I like to eat, who I like is based on my environment and the influences that I've been around as I've grown. So, that I love turquoise is probably because my grandmother and my mother loved turquoise. It's all influenced around me. Do you think that homosexuality in the Western world, because it's so pushed on you, is influencing people that maybe would not be gay?
I mean, that's a good aspect to point out. I mean, society drives, there are changes happening in societal norms, right? So the norms are changing. So when you look at, when I grew up, marriage was a man and a woman, right? So, because you'd have a man and woman and 2.5 kids, whatever they told you. And that's what it was growing up. So do I think that the changes to the current norms are affecting the future generations? Absolutely. I think children growing up, whether or not they, may or may not have grown up gay or not, the influences are there for them to more easily either be accepted for being gay or to even just try, some of the behaviors. Some people are just curious, right? Some people see it on TV, some people see it in the world, and they're curious, and then their curiosity takes hold and they try it because it's easier to try now. So do I think yeah, I think there will probably be a surge in, you know, maybe homosexuality, transgender. There's already a surge in all of these things. I think there will be a surge simply because society is accepting it in general.
Because I like men, because I don't like men for if I thought when I'm looking at it, the only reason I probably like men or the things I like is just because of what I was influenced by about my childhood. I mean, I think that's
we grew up, that there were certain things for boys, certain things for girls, and if you did anything that was, contrary to that, you were chastised in some way or another, and some of that is going to go away. So we're not going to be driving people to one choice or another. I feel like we're going to be more. It's going to be a more open society in general. So there are definitely going to be changes.
Yeah.
And the whether or not it's good or bad only depends on your perspective and point of view.
Mm-hmm.
If it's good or bad, it just, it depends on how you feel about it. So I can't claim to say it's good, bad, or otherwise. It's just going to be a change that's going to happen.
What you think, Gianni? You think it's influenced? Some people are influenced?
I think so. Only because I agree with something that this article stated when it was well, let me pull it up. It stated that while people can choose to have sexual relationships or not with others and can perhaps choose to adopt a particular gender or sexual identity socially, they cannot choose their sexual orientation as defined in terms of sexual attraction, who you're attracted to or who you're aroused by. Sexual orientation in these terms generally appears to be a stable trait, meaning not changing, so which is determined before birth or perhaps early in life by certain biological and environmental factors. So in part, they're kind of saying you're born gay, but you're also influenced to be more gay. Or, I mean, not more, that sounds weird. I'm sorry. You're either born gay or you're influenced to be gay. Basically, they're saying biological and environmental factors.
But aren't there people that used to be gay that's not gay no more? Or used to be straight, not straight no more?
And by gay, you mean having sex with the same sex, right?
Yeah, like people switch.
Yeah, you can do that. Remember, that changes, but sexual orientation doesn't change. Who you're attracted to. doesn't change?
I'm not 100% sure that that's true. I know that there are some, okay, so biologically speaking, there are definitely some drivers towards hormonal sexual attraction. So there are drivers to that. So some people have a little more testosterone than others. Some people have a little more estrogen than others, production than others. So yes, that makes sense that there are going to be some drivers towards um, sexual desire for one or the other. But as far as um, I, I believe there are still choices that we make as because there's still ultimately choices that we make in far as attraction, and attraction changes for people. There's people. Let me explain attraction. So, for example, I've known women that were beautiful women to me, right? Beautiful women, and I said, "Oh man, they're absolutely gorgeous." And then I start talking to them, and
You're like, they're stupid.
they something about them, or they have an attitude or something, and they literally become unattractive to me.
Mm-hmm.
Completely unattractive. And it's not their appearance, it's not the fact that they're a woman, a beautiful woman or whatever, it's their personality. So I think a lot of the drivers, even towards sexual attraction, has more, for a lot of people, has more to do with
towards
their
gender,
personality.
like you'll
Even
always
gender.
okay.
And that's why I'd say I understand that there are drivers towards certain sexual preferences, but biological drivers. But when you talk about attraction is so much more than the physical. And I just don't 100% agree with you're born gay and all these other things. I don't, as far as attraction, I don't know that I agree with that, simply because for me, and the way I understand attraction for me, it has a lot to do with their personality. So I can see why
but maybe
a
primal
man could be
instinct.
attracted to another man if they just love their personalities,
Mm-hmm.
and who they are inside. I could see that. But I'm just saying, I think it's not you can't look at it as a vacuum in terms of like, hey, it's just this way, it's just biological, it's just choice. I don't think it's that way.
I
think
don't think it's that way too. I think it is biological, like you said, and environmental, which is what it was stating. I think that when people say biological and automatically assume that, oh, you're born gay, I get what you mean by as far as like sexual attraction and it being deeper than just physical attraction. I think that but that goes to answer, in my opinion, the question that Olivia just mentioned, as far as does influence affect you being gay? And I think it's a combination. I think there can be natural, like biological attraction or triggers or drives, like you said, towards a same sex. And I think that your environment or who you're around and things like that, and media and whatever, can influence you to further pursue that or further be more attracted to that or not or whatever. But yeah.
Let me read some comments because it's a lot. Okay, so sorry, I went too far back. Indio Mysterio said it's a push the agenda. Lizzie, our co-host from TLS Live Show, says masculinity is a social construct based on Anglo-Western society.
Anglo.
It's unscripted.
She's like, no corrections here.
Please. Bruh, please.
You know what you're saying.
You like your mother over there, okay?
Yes, Anglo. You're Anglo.
It sounded so good when I said it. Like, it didn't need to be corrected.
She said Angelo.
Angelo.
Rob B says homosexuality occurs naturally in many species. It's more prevalent in the Western world because homosexuals are heavily persecuted in Eastern European nations, Russia, and Muslim nations. Lizzie says two things. She says, she asked a question. how is homosexuality pushed on us? Question mark. I have never in my life felt that homosexuality was pushed on me, and I lived in a house with a gay brother. Acceptance does not mean an agenda. It does not mean anything being pushed on anyone. And so do you?
Somebody, I don't remember somebody saying it was pushed on you. Like, did someone say that?
We kind of used that word, but it wasn't the right word. It was influence.
Yeah, influence. Yeah.
I think
it
because
definitely
one of
influences.
the commenters wrote pushed or an agenda or something, so that kind of means pushed on.
Oh, so she was going to one of the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't think anyone said pushed on.
A lot of people feel like that though, like that, like having or being homosexual or homosexuality is an agenda in Western society because of like people like Lil Nas X and things like that who are influencing kids, and JoJo Siwa who came out to be gay. A lot of, but
it is the reality is it is influencing kids. That's the reality. It absolutely is influencing kids. There's no question. The question is, do you think that's okay or not?
right.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. The reality is there's going to be influences.
There's no, I feel like I started this journey like of this discussion about right or wrong and okay and this and that, and I've come to realize, because I'm not I just believe what I believe. I'm not even a religious person. I'm just about me and my aura. And come to find out, I learned that after going through this, there's no right and there's no wrong, and there's this is all opinion based. And one thing I did learn is that why I am Olivia, why I am me, is based on my surroundings and based on my environment. And I'm not gay, but even that, I probably like the man that I like. I married an Ethiopian. I married someone that's actually just like my father. Like this is all about my surroundings. And so I feel like it would be a shame for me to just ignore the fact that some people that are gay is not because of their surroundings and what they're influenced by. Because I'm not me because of me, really. It's sad to say. I'm actually a little upset that a lot about me was influenced by so many outside things that I've just come to realize. I thought it was me being organic, but I'm actually been influenced. I'm a painter probably because people around me painted.
Do you think it's the same for everyone, or are you saying you personally?
Personally.
Yeah. Our personalities are a culmination of all of our experiences put together. So it's not just your mom, your dad, the people you went to school with. It's everything in life makes you who you are. Everything you've experienced in life makes you who you are. So when you see something on TV, that influences your thoughts. The conversation probably influences some of your future thoughts, your future decisions, everything. That's just the nature of life.
Yeah.
So Gianni, what do you think about cross-dressing? Period. Not let's move on. Let's move past homosexuality. Cross-dressing. Okay. Do you think that cross-dressing, men dressing as women or women dressing as men, affects do you think that could influence someone that doesn't know what you're doing to think something otherwise? Or do you think that, what do you think about cross-dressing?
I think because there's so many I don't know if stigmas is the right word, but there's so many like notions that a woman wears a dress, a woman wears pink, a woman wears lipstick. So like if a man does that and a kid sees that, he already knows by his, like we said, environment, his mom and dad, my mom's wearing a dress, my mom's wearing pink, so I think that cross-dressing I think that name came about because there's already construct, like there's already the notion that women wear this and men wear that. So I think that I don't have a problem with people, like would never have a problem with people cross-dressing. I think, does it influence? Like, yeah, absolutely. But maybe it's like with this discussion as we're going in, like I'm learning as we're talking now, and I'm feeling like maybe the things that we teach our kids and influence our kids to accept are things that don't harm them in the future. So I don't see how cross-dressing harms people in the future. I could be wrong. People comment if you feel like I'm wrong. Or I don't see how being gay, which means to have sex with the same sex, how that harms people unless you were like a child molester or a rapist.
By the way, Jose says I cross-dress every day with my pants and t-shirt. Because fact check, I think, by the way, in America, you weren't even allowed to wear pants for real. Women, they had to wear like dresses or like skirts.
Everybody at one point in time, yeah, in history. Yeah. Yeah, you could only wear dresses, women, and then at one point only down to your ankles. So we've come a long way.
There are entire groups that have worn dresses throughout history. There's Africans that wear dresses. There's the Irish wear kilts. Samoans wear skirts.
The Indians.
I mean, yeah, Native Americans, and it's it's absolutely nothing wrong. What you wear should not make you who you are. I mean, it's just clothing.
They're wearing it because it's functional, though.
Honestly, people getting caught up in like brand names and all this other stuff. I mean, I think it's the dumbest thing. If it's comfortable and looks good, wear it. If it's a dress, wear that.
Can we say one thing? But one thing that you just said, you said comfortable, and one thing Gianni said is functional. The thing is, women in the Western world are wearing clothes that are not comfortable and not functional. And we are walking around naked. Us women, I used to do it. I used to do it myself.
But your feet hurt. I don't know how you wear those high heels. I know your feet got to be hurt all the time.
So my issue, even like,
I've never worn high heels.
I used to, and I used to wear really tight clothes. It's not healthy for your private areas. One, it's not. You shouldn't do it. They say that, and women in even in Western worlds, we're wearing tight clothes. I don't know how. I think I got introduced to it because my mother wouldn't let me wear tight clothes, and I wanted to wear tight clothes. And now that I'm in my 30s, I'm 120 pounds, and I wear 3 and 4X clothes because it's not functional, it's not comfortable, it's not healthy, and it's not necessary. And so maybe like how you said, men in other parts of the world, they're wearing dresses, but it's more functional. A man doesn't have to wear. When I saw Rob's dress, I was kind of like, whoa, I was asleep, and I was like, whoa, wow. It was a lot showing. And even if he was a woman, I would have thought that was a lot showing. You understand what I'm saying? Even if he was a woman, I would have been like, that's a lot, because the dress was kind of tight, like it was a lot. So
I think that
we even as women don't have to wear clothes like that.
Yeah.
These are all mental blocks. You understand that, right? I mean,
but it's not comfortable. It's not healthy.
I mean, comfortable is one thing.
And
comfortable is one thing, but when you're talking about what's showing too much, what looks right, what's
not
appropriate.
Healthy for your women parts.
I agree with all that.
She's like, it's hurting you.
I honestly wouldn't wear a skirt because I don't think it's comfortable.
They say,
but if it were comfortable, I would consider wearing a skirt.
No, they said women should sleep
Not that
with,
I've worn a skirt. I have worn a skirt before, so I know what it feels like.
Or a skirt.
That's fine, but when you're wearing it really tight, like tight jeans, like a woman, they said you're supposed to like either sleep naked at night or like wear boxers. You're not supposed to be constricted down there. That's not healthy for your
it really
health.
Isn't healthy. I think that even when it comes to like, you know how people like kind of like, I don't want to say it, but slut shame, or like girls who wear very like tight clothing and they're very just more, what's the word, sensual, or more open with their sensuality and their bodies and showing skin and things like that. I also don't have a problem with that. I mean, I know men judge women and women judge women worse based on things like that. And I've always been somebody that like, I'll wear crop tops, but I have to always cover my legs. Like I don't like showing my legs there. I don't know. It's a thing. But I think that women, men, everybody should kind of wear what they want. It's going to offend some people for some reason, and it's not going to. But I think that, like Neo said, these are mental blocks. Like this is.
But why do?
I want to just say, hold on. I just want to say it's unfair that men are allowed to show their chests and women aren't.
But why are men not allowed to show their thighs and wear like little short shorts?
Why aren't they?
Who?
They are.
Who
In our current society, they are.
No, they don't.
I've seen it a lot.
I just saw it on Married at First Sight. The guy said he wore these little shorts to the golf.
He looked funny.
It's not. No, men are not dressing like women out here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, skinny jeans were in for
I don't think it's fair that women are told that even there are laws against women being allowed to show their chest, but men can do it freely. That's not fair.
That's not fair. I agree.
That's true. I personally wouldn't want to walk around topless. I don't know.
But I'm telling you, that's only if you grew up with that being okay, like they do in like France and other places.
Ooh, in Africa,
you would be thinking differently. You would feel differently about it.
That's
it
true.
Wouldn't bother you as much. It's society that's telling you that's wrong.
That's true.
So you feel like it's wrong.
Influence. Again.
Exactly.
Like we're talking about.
That's true. Very true. What did the comments say really quick before we close off on this subject?
I do have one other question after we do the comments.
Liz said, I love my heels only because of COVID here. I stopped. Jose said, in the summer, I wear my dresses all the time. Winter comes, pants, baby. Liz said, be comfortable in that sense is relative. I have no problem showing skin. Jose said to Olivia, it was a toss-up between the blouse I was wearing or what Robbie Rock was wearing. It was pink for anti-bullying. TLS, Lizzie said, what? Have you seen NBA uniforms from the 70s and 80s when we were talking about men's shorts? Men's shorts were short and tight. Skinny jeans should have stayed in the 80s. Very funny. That's true.
I agree with that.
Okay. My last question is, changing your skin color. A person that wants to change their skin color, is that the equal mindset of a person that wants to change this? Like the people that go and get surgery to change, like all types of surgery. I'm talking about not just transgender, but I'm talking about all types, nose, boob, this, that.
You're talking about like plastic surgery.
Yeah, plastic surgery. Do you feel like, I feel like why the people that want to change their skin color don't get so beat up than the people that's transgender or that want to have plastic surgery? Like, do you feel like it's like the same thing? I don't know how to articulate it. Like,
yeah. No, I think I get what you're saying. You're saying that, is it similar, people who are doing transgender, to any other change or surgery or anything that anyone else is doing? And I'd say absolutely right. It's no different. And I don't have a problem with people doing whatever they want to do. I mean, if women want to get, these crazy cheekbones, if Kim wants to get this huge butt and look horrible in it, or Cardi and the rest of them get those big butt jobs, whatever they're doing. I mean, if they want to do it, that's fine. It's not attractive, but that's it's not attractive to someone like myself.
Right.
But there's a lot of people that find it very attractive. So do what you want to do.
Okay. What about
even
you?
if it's
I agree. I feel like it is.
Gender or anything.
Yeah. Same thing, Neo. I agree with you. Like it's same as changing your gender is the same as changing your skin. But I would say it's a shame. Don't do that. Like bleaching or doing the opposite, blackfacing. What's going on?
But
or
that's
tanning,
not fair.
Tanning.
But that's not fair to say that's a shame, because we're saying that we're okay
that's
with.
Opinion, though.
Yeah, that's more my opinion.
Sure.
I'm not saying God says you should do it. No, I'm not doing that. But I do feel like don't do that. Like love the skin you're in. For real.
Yeah. Like I don't like the big butts. I say love your skin you're in.
and I say love the body you're in, like all together.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So in closing,
but those are opinions. That doesn't mean that people shouldn't be allowed to do
yes,
whatever they want to do.
You can do what you want.
And I guess
Or
that
will
should be our
accept it.
closing. You agree?
Yeah, ultimately you accept it, right?
You agree, Gianni? People should be allowed to do what they do. Agreed?
Agreed.
Olivia E. I agree. People should be allowed to do what they want to do. Neo Nix.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People should be allowed to do what they want to do. Whether I agree or like it or not, do what you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so that ends, I think, our main subject, but we do have.
So you don't need me anymore, right?
Are we gonna play a game?
Yeah, no, he gotta stay, bro. You gotta stay. No, you're gonna stay.
He's not prepared. You have to come up with two truths and a lie. Are you prepared, or do you wanna?
He can do that. He's went to Rensselaer. He's smart.
What? What's that to do with anything?
He's like, wait, what?
Come on. If you can't figure this out, then I don't know how you got into Rensselaer and got a scholarship for Georgetown. They should have denied you. You ready? You want to play with us?
If you're gonna make me, I'll stick around.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna have some shenanigans of our own. Really quickly, we're gonna play 2 truths and a lie. And Gianni Storm, go first.
Okay. Okay. So wait, with 2 truths and a lie, do you say 2 truths first and then a lie, or you just mingle them in?
Mingle them in.
Mix them up. Okay. Otherwise, we know the answer.
Okay, sorry. I don't play this game often. Okay. Okay. I have been in love before. I am 6 feet tall, and I can do backflips.
Oh, you suck, because that's a hard one.
You are not 6 feet tall. There's no way you're 6 feet tall.
You're no way you're 6 feet tall.
That's your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That's your final answer, Neo?
She probably is, though, because she's a model.
She's 5'11".
Good job. That was the lie. Yeah, I'm 5'11".
No way you're 6 feet tall.
Good job.
Okay, Neo next. Oh, you want me to go? To give you
go
time?
next. Give me a minute. I'm still thinking.
He probably has to think. Yeah, okay.
Okay. I'm closer to my father. It took me 5 years to finish college, and I was a stripper when I was trying to finish college.
I don't believe you were a stripper.
You definitely weren't a stripper. I know you too well. I shouldn't even be on here.
Okay, let me win. Okay, let me do it again. Let me do another one. All right. I'm gonna do another one. I love mayo. I love crabs. I love pizza.
Oh, there you go. Those are good. Those
I don't
are tough.
think you like mayo. Wait, I could lie.
Yeah,
Hold on. I could be lying at me.
I'm going with mayonnaise.
Yeah, I don't think you like mayo. Okay, I'm gonna go with Neo's.
All right, good. I don't like mayo. Yay! Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Neo's turn.
You could do what I did. The I love like that.
So okay. This is gonna be funny. But see, I can't. No, it would have been funny. I love my brother, my sister, and my mother.
Lord help me.
Which one is a lie?
That's horrible.
That's bad. That's bad.
No.
Redo,
bro. Redo.
Yeah, you know that was funny. That was funny. You know it was funny.
That is messed up, Neo.
All right. Let's see. I'm wearing Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour right now.
You're not wearing Under Armour.
You're not wearing Adidas.
That was such a hard one.
Yeah, that is hard.
Well, Olivia's right. I'm not wearing any Under Armour.
Oh, yeah.
I got Adidas and I got Nike.
It's on you right there. How did I miss it? Stupid. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was a good one. All
right, so Neo next. Thank you for joining us. Where can people find you?
Yep. Neo Nix. Find me on TikTok. I'm having fun on TikTok right now. Neo_Nix on TikTok. Having fun over there. So you can find me everywhere else. It's Neo Nix. Neo_Nix.
And
But
the TLS
go
Live
to
Show?
TikTok. Yeah, at TLS Live Show. I'm on at TLS Live Show. Right now it's going to be every Sunday at 4 p.m., Wednesday at 8 p.m. So check us out. That's Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time. Check us out. And with Gianni Storm's on there with me, so have a lot of fun. But at Neo_Nix on TikTok, having fun. All right.
How do you spell
I'm
Nix?
out. NYX. Neo_NYX.
Okay, can I just say one thing? Lizzie said it should have been a crime for Sammy Sosa to turn himself pink.
Let him be. Let Sosa be as white as he wants to be. He can be as white as he wants to be. All right, guys. I'm out.
All right, thanks.
Bye,
Thanks.
Neo.
Bye.
You guys are too funny. You were answering in the.
Yes, that was
Just
so
said
much
you're
fun.
not 6 feet. Ugh. That's hilarious.
That was so much fun.
That was funny. Yeah, that was fun.
Robbie, Mo, especially Rob B, son. I know you wanted to come on this discussion.
I know.
We're gonna find a way to. This gonna come up again somehow, some way, and we're not finished. It's just like the last discussion we had. We're gonna come up and
keep adding on to it.
We're gonna keep adding on to it because the last discussion we had was boundaries, right?
Yep.
We're still gonna be talking about this. So,
so Rob, we gotta get you on for sure.
We're gonna get you on. I don't know what happened with IG. All right, so you guys, check us out for another episode of TLS Unscripted next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah.
Check us out. Oh, and you can see more unscripted episodes on IGTV. Don't forget, we need your support to keep this going. So like, follow, share, send it to your friend. Why not? Join in the discussion. And tune in, like Neo said, every Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesday at 8, Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We thank you guys for joining us again. And we had fun with the game. We had fun with the discussion. And join us again next week.
Yes, my final shout out is to Robbie because he's going to join, Mo because we wanted him to join. Thanks, Neo Nix, for joining, and for Mello for having my godson, whom I've seen a little video of him. So cute.
Aww. Oh, shout out to you, Mello. I'm so glad that you had your baby safely and that your baby's healthy and that you're fine. So blessings. And shout out to my aunt and my cousin Nana. Thank you guys for saying you're going to show up tomorrow. I know that last minute things changed. I just want to say I love you, and that's totally fine. I will see you guys soon. And I love you. Mwah, mwah.
Peace, everyone. Much love.
Bye, guys.
Bye.